Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, this is your teacher Ammar Al-Eid. I will be your guide through this trip in Megago 3 in Unit 2, Lesson, Form, Meaning and Function, pages 30 and 31. Today we will talk about simple past tense be, simple past tense regular and irregular verbs, time expressions for the past with used to and would, the past progressive. First, we will talk about the simple past tense be. It's the most important verb in the English language. It can be used in three forms: present, past, and past participle. In the present, we use am, is, are. In the past, we use was, were. In the past participle, we use only been. We use the past tense to talk about something that happened once in the past. Example, we went to Spain for our holidays. 2. Something that happened several times in the past. Example, when I was a boy, I walked a mile to school every day. 3. Something that was true for some time in the past. Example, he enjoyed being a student. 4. We often use the expression ago with the past simple. Example, I met Ammar a long time ago. How to formulate the simple past? For regular verbs, add ed to the infinitive form of the verb, or just d if it's already end in an e. Examples: play, played. Type, typed. Listen, listened. Love, loved. Push, pushed. For irregular verbs, things get more complicated. The simple past tense of some irregular verbs looks exactly like the infinitive form. Put, put. Cut, cut. Set, set. Cost, cost. Hit, hit. For other irregular verbs, including the verb to be, the simple past form have different pattern. See, saw. Build, built. Go, went. Do, did. Rise, rose. Am, is, are, was, were. How to make the simple past negative. When the subject of the sentence is singular, we use was not or wasn't. When the subject is plural, we use were not or weren't. There's a formula for making simple past verbs negative with be, subject plus was or were plus not plus the rest of the sentence. Example, I was sleepy. The negative sentence is I wasn't sleepy. You were on the bus. The negative sentence is you weren't on the bus. It was cold. the negative sentences, it wasn't cold. There's a formula for making simple past verbs negative when we don't have verb to be in the sentence. Subject plus did not plus infinitive form of verb. You can also use the contraction didn't instead of did not. Example: I went to school yesterday. The negative form is I didn't go to school yesterday. Asma won the game. The negative sentence is Asma didn't win the game. Now the first part of yes/no questions would be in simple past. The past simple yes/no questions would be formula is was or were plus subject plus the rest of the question, and don't forget about the question mark. Was I sleepy? Were you late? Was it hot? Now the second part of making yes/no questions in simple past. The formula for making a question in the simple past tense is did plus subject plus infinitive form of the verb, and then the rest of the question and question mark. We can replace the subject with I, he, she, it, we, you, and they. The example of infinitive form of the verb is play, eat, drive, write. Examples: did you play? Did he cook? Did it rain? Now we will talk about the WH questions. The WH questions are questions that require more information in their answers. WH words are what, where, when, why, who, how many, and how much. To form a WH question, we use WH word plus did or didn't plus subject plus infinitive verb and the rest of the question. Examples: when did he buy the jacket? How long did the train journey take? Why didn't you tell me about the accident? Time expression for the past. We use yesterday. We also use last before the words week, month, and year. We use the preposition in before the name of the month and the number of the year, for example March and the year 2020. We use on before the name of the days, for example Saturday, Sunday, etc. Finally, we use a number, then ago, for example 1 week, month, year, ago. For example, the armed robber stole a car yesterday. Sarah forgot to lock the door last night. The burglar went to jail in 2010. I went Oman 3 years ago. The past with used to and would. We use used to plus be to talk about past states that are no longer true. The formula is subject plus used to plus be plus infinitive verb. Examples: what did you used to be afraid of when you were younger? The answer is I used to be afraid of elevators. The second case is we use used to plus verb and would plus verb to talk about past habits that are no longer true. The formula is subject plus used to or would plus infinitive verb. Examples: did you used to travel a lot in your job? Yes, I used to or would travel to a new place every year. I didn't used to like it much, but I prefer to stay in one place. Now we will talk about the past progressive. The ways of forming the past progressive test are singular subject plus was plus verb ing. The second way is plural subject plus were plus verb ing. We use the past progressive when we describe what was happening at specific time in the past. Examples: what were you doing at 3 o'clock today? I was driving home from work. The second case is we use the past progressive when we talk about temporary state or action. Examples: what were you doing in Dubai? I was working at a hotel. The third case is we use the past progressive with always to describe a repeated or annoying action. Example: my neighbor's son was always getting into trouble when he was younger. The fourth case is we use the past progressive to describe a long action that is interrupted by short action. The tense after when is in the simple past and the one before it in the past progressive. Example: I was working on my computer when suddenly the power went out. the fifth and the final cases, we use the past progressive to describe two actions that were happening at the same time. The tenses before and after while are in the past progressive. Example, while I was studying, my brother was watching TV. Thank you very much for watching. We learned a lot in this video, so keep studying and reviewing a lesson, and I'll see you inshallah in the next lesson. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Assalamu alaikum.